In this video, I'm going to be going over the importance of defense in Honkai Star Rail and why I have reason to believe that it's actually important, which is weird because it took me 5 months to come to this conclusion. But anyway, it's no secret that Honkai Star Rail takes a lot of elements from Genshin Impact, and one of those elements is the artifact system. Honkai Star Rail has a system called Relics, which is extremely similar, not even similar, it's identical, the exact same as artifacts, only there's one extra slot. So instead of having 5 artifacts on a character, you have 6. The way you actually obtain these relics is the exact same as in Genshin Impact. There's domains, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Hopefully they'll change them in CBT 3 or before launch, but whatever. Back to the point that I'm trying to make. Defense in Genshin Impact is useless on most characters. For example, if you're building Kazuha and you're trying to get as much elemental mastery as possible for him, and you get defense, you're gonna start crying. You're gonna be upset because that's not the right stat. And there's similar situations for that with most characters. Now, there are some characters that scale off of defense, like Ito or Noelle, for example, but those are very niche characters, and most characters don't really benefit from defense the same way those two do. So when I saw defense in Honkai Star Rail, I initially thought that it was completely useless, but now that I think about it, it's probably one of the most essential stats in the game, and I'm not joking when I say that either, because when you take into consideration the combat system, it makes plenty of sense. I mean, what doesn't make sense is how long it took me to come to this conclusion because it's so obvious, but Honkai Star Rail is much more difficult than Genshin Impact, at least in CBT 2 it was, and the enemy, there are some enemies that hit extremely hard. And when you have enemies that hit hard, you're either going to want defense or you're going to want a character to shield you who scales off of defense, which I believe March 7th does that, but I'm not completely sure. Either way, defense is still extremely important. While I wouldn't recommend intentionally build defense for a DPS character, I would still highly suggest giving them as much defense as you can without it getting in the way of how much damage they can do. If that makes sense, of course. But that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts and try to inform future Honkai Star Rail players that maybe, just maybe, defense is actually important. Because I know a lot of Honkai Star Rail fans right now play Genshin. So yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed.